18 bottles every second. That's how much Logan Paul and KSI have managed to sell since their first release. That's over 1.5 million bottles of Prime. Now you might think for a second, Prime Hydration is the new Gatorade, but not exactly. This is no longer just merchandise though. This is a global brand that has our generation in a chokehold. So how did these guys come together to create quite possibly the biggest and most strategic business move in social media history? Well, let's start with what can't be denied. This drink has completely changed the industry, and it drags some pretty big ramifications. You see, Gatorade has been the #1 sports drink for a really long time because they positioned themselves as a sports drink of champions. They really didn't have any competitors to compete against. They were synonymous. I just learned that word. Then here comes Prime, a drink that was launched by YouTubers. And though they do have a bit of boxing experience, nobody should be labeling them as professional boxers, or better yet, professional athletes. I mean, they're as opposite of pros as possible. But apparently this just doesn't matter anymore, because while the demand for these drinks has skyrocketed, the number of athletes hasn't really risen or dropped at all. As of today, this drink is worth upwards of $30 billion, but the reasoning for this is actually very interesting. We're now seeing people who want drinks that do something for you. So those are drinks aside from your kombucha mixes and vitamin waters. Particularly, the market is craving healthier options, and this is where the guys Logan and JJ come in. Kinda? Well, it's actually Trey Stager and Max Clemens. And I know you probably don't know who these guys are, but they've been in the drink industry for some time now. It's evident that KSI and Logan are just the frontmen. But it's still mind-boggling to think that the crypto scam king came back with this big of a comeback. Anyways, Stager and Clemens are the owners of a brand called Congo, and they are extremely smart businessmen for two reasons. They saw the profitability of sports drinks, and they saw the popularity of these YouTubers, and they made an incredibly smart move to put that idea into action. See, Gatorade took to celebrities like Michael Jordan to endorse their campaign, but in the modern day, celebrities shape the minds of the coming generations. And since many of today's celebrities are influencers, they are far more powerful and reach way broader audiences than single sport athletes. They get an advantage, and the advantage that I'm referring to is an authentic connection with the audience. Viewers of any age might share a video with their friends or family, and this spreads the popularity like a wildfire. It makes it seem like these creators are buddies, like they're your little pal. And what would you do if your buddies started a business? You support them. For instance, Strahan has a candy, Mr. Beast has chocolate, and David Dobrik has cologne. Needless to say, they took that YouTuber bond and made it a profit with quickness. I mean, look at what they did. One person on the covers from America, one's from the UK. They really doubled down on the regions. They have like the entire Atlantic covered. I don't know if that geography is right, but it sounded cool, so I'm gonna leave it in. But most importantly, they had a rivalry that turned into a friendship.
Like, I still have the DM you messaged me with being like, yo, I've got an idea.
Dude, you know how hard that was for me?
Yo, shit, really?
Well, because, dude, like, how do you just go to someone who is, like, historically, like, y'all hated each other?
Yeah,
like, we
yeah,
hated
yeah,
each other,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Or at least had to convince ourselves that we hated each other, right? It's hard to get in a boxing ring and fight someone that you like.
And they led social media to believe that that was real. The marketing was crazy. That was intense. Like, as much as I don't like Prime, like, they know how to make a video. But the most interesting thing about Prime is the hype. I mean, parents buying their kids Prime for presents, mothers driving 100 miles to go buy a drink for $1,000. Like, what? No. But high demand with low supply would usually mean making more beverages, right? But instead, they pulled a high IQ play that actually makes so much sense. It is shown that humans will perceive a product to have more value if it is seen as scarce. So this company might have just done this as a marketing strategy. And while this is smart, it did hold back their profitable gain. And up to this point, you might be thinking, what's the issue, Phil? We like Logan, we like KSI, we like sugary drinks. Like, we just want to support one of our favorite creators. What's the problem?
Well, here's the damn problem, Karen.
It's evident that a lot of brands may say some crazy things to boost their revenue, but when was the last time you saw some international success like this from YouTubers? I mean, this drink had an unhealthy amount of growth in only 2-3 years. But it 100% is a fake drink in its own category. This is a smart strategy and it did make a ton of money, but the massive downfall that will hit this company will be unavoidable. The more time Prime is being researched and the more digital footprints they're leaving behind will ultimately limit the ability to have longevity in the market. Prime is not a sports drink and the scheme is crashing down minute by minute. But take a minute to subscribe while I test this Ice Pop Prime flavor. Wow, that is not good. It's like super sweet. It tasted bright. And yes, I know the purchase of this drink contributed to their profit. I don't care.